Hey, everybody. It's Esme from esmeworks.com and Healing from the Heart Holistic Center. How are y'all tonight? I'll wait for the church bells to stop. And I'm actually going to try and get through this live without having to put my glasses on. Yeah, I would like to say that I don't need them to see things on the screen or to read, but that would not be truth. But I'm going to try and do this without them because there's a glare on them and it's a pain in the neck. Still waiting on the church bells. There we go. Oh, delayed reaction. Anyway, I was meditating earlier today and this thought process dropped in about another thing that I talk about a lot, and that's the use of two little tiny words, I am. Because so many people don't realize the power of those two little little tiny words. The words I am define who we are, who we think that we are. And I got curious earlier while I was preparing to do this video. And we all think that we know what certain words mean, but I wanted to find out the dictionary definition of am, what am actually means. So, am, as you probably already know, is a form of the verb to be or be. So, am is the first person singular personal expression of be. And the word be, by dictionary definition, is to exist or to exist as an example of something. To exist or to exist as an example of something. So I think about people that I brush shoulders with all the time and the way they use the two words I am. I am clumsy. I am so unlucky. I am depressed. I am unhappy. I am ugly. I am untalented. I am uncreative. And the list goes on and on and on. And once I became awakened to the power of the two words, I am, I cleaned up my language and changed it drastically. I now only use the words I am when they're followed by a positive affirmation. I am blessed. I am grateful. I am the luckiest person I know. I am happy. I am filled with joy. I am successful. I am prosperous. I am abundant. Because when I use the words I am telling the universe and my subconscious, where we spend most of our time, most of our actions are performed by rote, by our subconscious, because they're practiced over and over and over again. They're familiar. When I use the word I am, when you use the words I am, you are defining who and what you are to yourself, to your inner being, to your subconscious, and to the universe. And by doing that, you set up your point of attraction. That becomes your vibration. So if I say, I am so unlucky, that's telling the universe, oh, okay, she's really unlucky. So, by virtue of the law of attraction, what is the universe compelled to do? Send me more experiences, more people, more situations into my life that match that vibration that I have set for myself. I am the unluckiest person I know. So, what can I expect to see? More things that validate that opinion of myself. Make sense? If, however, I say, oh my gosh, I am hands down the luckiest person I know. And I say it with feeling and with emotion because in that moment it is the truth to me. Then what is the universe compelled to do? It is compelled to send into my experiences into my experience, into my life, more people, situations, circumstances that validate what I have just told the universe and my inner being is the truth about me. I am the luckiest person I know. When I'm interacting with people, whether it be in my holistic practice or with life coaching clients, or even just talking in the public, and someone says, I am, and then inserts a really negative word after it. I am clumsy. I am stupid. I am ugly. I am fat. I am worthless. I am undeserving, and on and on and on. I just cringe on the inside. And sometimes I have the opportunity for a sharing moment, but not always. I just have to walk away with that feeling of, oh my gosh, I wish they knew what they were creating by making those statements. And for a lot of us, those statements are so routine. That is our regular inner dialogue. I'll give you an example of how changing your speech, changing the way you define yourself by the use of the word I am, can work. I had a coaching client that was um, persistently bumping into things and having minor accidents and little pratfalls and things like that. And she would make the comment, I'm so klutzy. I'm so clumsy. I am so careless. I am, I am, I am. Thereby setting up a vibration. What is the universe compelled, according to the law of attraction, to do? But send more situations and circumstances that validate what she has already stated is the truth about herself. So one day I gave her an affirmation to start using when she get out of bed in the morning. It was very simple, just to simply get up in the morning and say, I am fully present in my own body and I am aware of my surroundings. I am fully present in my own body and I am aware of my surroundings. And so she started this practice throughout the day. And if she had a near miss or what before might have been a stumble or a pratfall, she would stop, take a deep breath, and remind herself, I am fully present in my own body. I am aware of my surroundings. And guess what happened? No surprise, she stopped having these little accidents and these near misses and pratfalls because she told the universe that she was fully present in her own body and aware of her surroundings. It can be that simple. And I know a lot of people, when they hear law of attraction stuff and vibrational frequency stuff, they're like, oh, it's just a bunch of, uh, first word that came to my mind is the one I'm going to say. It's a bunch of horse shit. You know what? If I'm going to do these videos, I'm going to be authentically me. And sometimes I have a mouth like a sailor. And I would apologize, but that wouldn't be sincere because I'm not sorry. Anyway, that said, um, I did make up a little handout for you guys to print out, and it's posted in the chat portion of the video. But if it doesn't transfer over to when I repost it, I will repost the link for that handout so that you all will have it. And it basically just outlines what I'm talking about here tonight, how simple changes in our language, the way we speak to ourselves, the way we speak to others, can alter our life experience because we are no longer telling the universe and our subconscious has no sense of humor. It doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie. It doesn't know the difference between dreams and realities. That's why dreaming and visualizing is so important when you're trying to manifest and attract things into your life, because your subconscious cannot tell the difference. So if I, let me think of a good example. If I was trying to attract, say, a new car, which I'm not right now because I don't need a new car right now. I already manifested that and I love my car. But supposing I was, My subconscious has no way of knowing if I really, really, really want and need a new car or if I'm just dreaming about it. And a thought just popped into my head, so I'm going to share it with you. When I was manifesting the car that I have now, which incidentally is my first brand new car, never owned a brand new car in my life. When I began the manifestation process, I started giving thanks for the car long before I had it. I had an idea what I wanted, but I didn't want to get involved in telling the universe how to do its job. I just knew that I was ready to own my first new car. And so when I was driving down the road in my existing car, I would sit there with my hand on the steering wheel and I was manifesting an SUV. I had a sedan, which was lovely, but it had some problems. Anyway, so I would drive down the road, hand on the steering wheel, and I would say things like, "Oh my gosh, I love my new car so much." I'd tilt the rear view mirror down and I'd look in the back and go, "Look at all that room back there. I can put all of my sound equipment back there. I can put everything that I need for my infinite possibilities workshops back there. I am so thankful for all this room that I have." I'd look over at the person driving by, and imagine they're checking out my new car all nice and shiny, be like, "Yep, right. You like my new ride." And I became so excited by that process, like really felt the emotion, really felt the joy of what I was pretending. My subconscious did not know the difference between my visualization fabrication and what was actually reality. Because of that, the universe was compelled, based on the law of attraction, to bring me what I was manifesting. So that's an example of how feeling the things that you're saying. Okay, so right now, you may be the person out there that is saying, "I am always broke. I am always broke. I am always behind the eight ball financially." Now, based on what I've already told you, your subconscious is listening, your inner being is listening, the universe is listening. The universe is like, "Oh, you're always broke. Okay, let me send some more situations and circumstances into your life to validate your belief that you're always broke. Here, have a car breakdown. Here, have a plumbing problem in your house. Here, get laid off from your job. Because don't forget, you already told the universe you're always broke." Supposing, just supposing, you decided that you would get up one morning and start saying, "I live in abundance and prosperity every single day. I am so blessed by the abundance that comes into my life. Money flows easily and effortlessly into my life experience, and I am so grateful." And allowed yourself to feel what it would feel like if that was the truth right now. Because the universe is a whole lot more interested in paying attention to what your vibration is than what you're saying with words. And that brings me to another point. A lot of people criticize the law of attraction for just, being pretend and giving lip service and not telling the truth. No, it's a matter of visualization. When you were a little kid, you pretended all the time. And the things that you pretended were real to you. So you weren't lying when you climbed, inside of a garbage can or a refrigerator box and pretended that it was a rocket ship on its way to the moon or Mars. That was real to you, and you felt all of the emotion of hearing those rockets fire and the box shuddering as it moved through space and meteor showers. Remember those days? Nothing has changed. You made that rocket ship real because you believed it was. Just because you're a grown up, just because you've become an adult, doesn't mean that your imagination and your power of visualization isn't as powerful today as it was when you were a kid. So, a little bunny trail there. Back to I am. I am is such a powerful statement. Those two words, I am. It's a sentence all by itself. I am, meaning I am present. I am here. I exist. I am. So, all by itself, in and of itself, it's a powerful statement. But when you tack words on after it, which we always do, it becomes so much more. And whether they are positive words or negative words, defines or is going to define what you're experiencing in your life. Those words are so powerful that when the divine chose to reveal itself to mankind, based on the narrative in the Talmud, the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah, when Moses asked, "Who should I tell the people sent me?" when he was talking about going back to Egypt and, proclaiming what the divine had said to him, his question of the divine was, "Who shall I say sent me?" And the response that he got was simply those two words, "I am." Tell them that I am has sent you. There's so much power in those two little words. I am, like when I was working on the worksheet, I was writing a bunch of negative I ams that I hear in common usage, hear in everyday language from people that I talk to. I am fat. I am lazy. I am ugly. I am unlucky. I am depressed. I am unhappy. I am, I am, I am. And as I typed them and read silently to myself the words that I was typing, I experienced a somatic response in my body. I could feel it in my body. I could feel my shoulders begin to droop. I could feel my body begin to take on a bit of a shame response, kind of, as Gabor Mate says, that shame response. And I was like, wow, and I don't even feel this way about myself. I don't even use these words toward myself anymore. But just typing them, just looking at them on the screen, I could feel them in my body, deep within my inner being. So it was a huge relief to me when I got to page 2 and began to type the I am affirmations with creative, beautiful power. I am smart. I am creative. I am loved. I am worthy. I am enough. I am blessed. I am the luckiest person I know, and on and on and on. Again, I could feel that same somatic response in my body, only this time it was different. I could feel my eyes brighten. I could feel myself begin to smile, not only inwardly, but outwardly. I could feel positive energy rush into my body. Our words and the way we choose to use them are so powerful, so very powerful. If we could but change our language by degrees, a little bit at a time, it's not going to happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight for me. It's a daily practice to watch what I say, to watch what I'm creating and manifesting with the words that I choose to use, because those words, like I just gave you examples of, change how my body feels, how my emotion feels. And when I'm using words that don't feel good to my inner being, I have no reason to expect good things to come as a result of them. Likewise, when I'm using positive, uplifting, wonderful words to describe myself, to describe my life, to describe the things that I'm visualizing and manifesting, again, they feel good in my body. They feel good to my inner being. And I know that my vibration is raised, and that's where I want my point of vibrational attraction to be. Because when I'm at that level, then I am connected to my inner being, which is always connected to source. And those things are going to flow into my life easily and effortlessly. And it's funny, I have brought this message to life coaching clients and to others, like sometimes just casually in a conversation. And they've all come back and said the same thing, like, wow, I had no idea of the way I was using my words against myself, what my inner dialogue sounded like and felt like. And when they became aware of their own inner dialogue, they also became keenly aware of other people's speech. And, Like I said in the beginning, when I'm in a store, when I'm standing in line, whatever, and I hear, I'm so miserable, or I'm so clumsy, or I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that. I just cringe, and there's not always a teachable moment. So in a situation like that, all I can do is send love and light to that person, and um, hope and pray that at some point they do receive the message. So your inner dialogue matters. What you say matters. How you use those two all important, all powerful words, I am, matters. I hope after watching this that you become more conscious of the words that you choose to insert after the words I am. And remember, you are creating the life, the experiences that you will have by the use of your words, by the vibration that you offer to the universe. Make it positive. Create the things that you want rather than creating by default and receiving things that you don't want. You have the power. You always have. I feel like Glinda in The Wizard of Oz, right? You always had the power, my dear. You just had to find out for yourself. So I'm going to leave you with that tonight. Just something to think about. I am. Remember, I am is a form of the verb to be, and it is to exist or to exist as an example of something. I want to exist as an example of positivity. I want to exist as an example of as bleh. I want to exist as an example of prosperity, of love, of abundance, of all the things that I want in my life. I don't want to exist as an example of clumsiness, stupidity, worthlessness. So I'll leave you with that. Just some things to think about. I'd be interested in hearing in comments anything that you've experienced as a result of taking a look at the way you use I am and the words that you insert after it, and whether or not you make a decision to make a change there. And if you do, I would love to know what happens. So I want to thank you all for listening in. This wasn't exactly